Today, Osaka Castle stands as a soaring icon of Japan, drawing millions of global visitors each year.
The main tower rises over 50 meters high, encased in massive stone walls that have defied the ages.
Some of these foundation stones weigh well over 100 tons, standing solid for centuries.
Surrounding the keep are double moats, a formidable defense system spanning vast hectares of land.
The architecture seamlessly blends military might with the artistic grandeur of old Japan.
Having survived wars, fires, and lightning, its enduring structure tells a story of resilience.
It stands as a silent monument to a unified nation, anchored firmly in the heart of a modern metropolis. But how did this immense stronghold rise from the earth before the age of modern machines? To find the answer, we must journey back to the year 1583, to an era of total war. The strategic hilltop of Ishiyama Honganji lay ruined, awaiting a ruler with grand ambitions. Hideyoshi mobilized tens of thousands of laborers, samurais, and artisans from across the provinces. Strict timelines were set, turning the entire region into a massive, bustling construction zone. In the late autumn of 1583, the monumental task finally broke ground. First, the topography had to be completely altered, leveling the hill for a solid foundation. Thousands of tons of dirt were manually relocated to create the initial deep defense moats. Sourcing stone was a monumental challenge. Granite had to be quarried from distant islands. Artisans used ancient splitting techniques, relying completely on precision and patience. The Seto Inland Sea became a vital highway, filled with cargo boats carrying massive loads. On land, thousands cooperated to drag single boulders up the slopes using raw human muscle. Log rollers had to be constantly lubricated and repositioned to keep the heavy stones moving.
The base of the wall used the Anozumi style, placing rough stones together without mortar.
This flexible, mortarless structure allowed the walls to shift safely during major earthquakes. With the colossal foundation complete, the stage was set for the castle walls to climb. Smaller stones and packed earth filled the inner core, reinforcing the massive slope against pressure. Historians believe the intricate water network was designed to feed the inner moats dynamically. Feudal lords marked their contributed stones, proving their absolute loyalty to the new regime. Simple yet effective wooden pulleys allowed small teams to manage immense structural weight. Despite torrential seasonal storms, the advanced foundation drainage system prevented any slippage. Every square meter of the inner courtyard was meticulously layered to support extreme weight. Simultaneously, giant cypress logs were prepared for the internal framing of the main keep. Iron reinforcements were forged on site to secure the massive gates against future ramming. As the first full year drew to a close, the indestructible lower ring was officially complete. The entranceways were fortified first, establishing secure control points for the entire site. Traditional Japanese joinery allowed the heavy wooden structures to lock tightly without nails. Supply lines stretched deep into the surrounding forests, feeding the relentless demand for wood. Treating the foundational wood was essential to prevent rot from the damp Osaka lowlands. With the base secured, the immense wooden core was ready to rise into the Japanese sky. As the structure rose, an intricate web of bamboo scaffolding enveloped the growing tower. Lashing bamboo with flexible hemp rope created a dynamic grid capable of swaying in the wind.
Historians believe the tiered design provided optimal defensive vantage points for archers.
Every pin was driven completely home, ensuring the frame could distribute tons of roof weight.
Slowly, the monumental silhouette began to dominate the entire regional skyline.
The famous white walls were created using multi-layered fire-resistant plaster formulas.
This thick coating served a critical military purpose, protecting the wood from fire arrows. The unique stepped roof profile was explicitly engineered to shed heavy winter snow easily. Tens of thousands of specialized clay tiles were hauled upward to shield the vast interior. As the structural shell closed, work shifted inside to complete the core defenses. Internal partitions relied on thick earthen mortar layers, binding the secondary stones securely. Artisans began detailing the signature gables, blending military utility with ornate beauty. As the fifth story rose, the internal wooden framework grew increasingly complex and dense. Massive metal brackets locked key joins, providing vital reinforcement against high winds. By the summer of 1584, the primary external shape was clearly visible. The entrance gates received heavy iron plating, making them impervious to standard siege weapons. Thousands of individual iron studs were hammered by hand to anchor the protective plates. The ultimate peak reached over 30 meters above the stone base, dominating the landscape. Precision adjustments at the crown ensured the complex weight distribution remained balanced. With the wooden framing fully realized, the external finishing work could begin in earnest. The meticulous plaster application required months to dry completely, curing into a hard shell. Defensive ports were angled strictly downward, allowing defenders to fire safely upon attackers. Copper plating was added to vulnerable roof joints, preventing water leaks during heavy typhoons. Every element combined tactical utility with elite craftsmanship, ensuring long-term durability. By late 1584, the fortress stood complete, but its true secret lay hidden within. Historians discovered that the castle had fewer external stories than actual hidden internal floors. This optical illusion completely deceived enemy scouts, masking the true number of defenders. A secret internal water system guaranteed survival during prolonged, multi-month military sieges. Escape routes ran directly beneath the outer moats, providing a final emergency exit path. These engineering marvels turned the lavish golden keep into a lethal, deceptive trap. Attention now turned to the signature defining feature, the extravagant gold leaf ornamentation. Hideyoshi demanded absolute opulence, covering the top tiers in gleaming precious metals. The golden exterior was meant to visually project ultimate political power across the region. These mythical protectors were hoisted to the crest, completing the iconic royal crest. The monumental golden keep was now completely finished, gleaming brilliantly in the autumn air. With the main tower finished, attention turned to the grand outer walls and pristine detailing. Every visible block underwent hours of hand carving to meet the ruler's strict aesthetic demands. The double outer wall system formed a terrifying gauntlet for any invading military force. Final architectural flourishes were secured to the crown, sealing the complex structural peak. After years of endless toil, the magnificent complex finally stood in its absolute prime. The final engineering step involved filling the double moats, creating an impenetrable island. The vast water barrier stretched up to 90 meters wide, keeping attackers completely at bay. Historians note the castle instantly became the secure core of a thriving, new economic era. A permanent garrison of elite samurais secured the complex, vigilant against any rebellion. The grand stronghold was fully prepared to fulfill its destiny as a shield for the realm. In the years that followed, the fortress proved its worth as a center of unmatched military power. The lavish interiors housed legendary treasures, symbolizing the total unification of old Japan. Every level remained perpetually supplied, fully prepared for the dark clouds of war to return. When seasonal conflicts erupted, the castle stood firm, an unshakable rock amidst political chaos. Through decades of shifting dynastic control, the structural core survived every internal challenge. As peaceful eras finally arrived, the castle transitioned from a weapon to a historic treasure. Careful preservation by generations ensured the master craftsmanship survived the flow of time.
The harsh military fortress slowly softened, becoming a timeless symbol of regional pride.
Each block bears the silent scars of human effort, locking an ancient legacy permanently into place. The epic transformation was complete, ready to echo across centuries into the modern world. Returning to the present day, the majestic keep stands proud, anchoring Osaka's vibrant skyline. The ancient defensive illusions now serve as a fascinating journey for modern global travelers. Its mortarless granite walls continue to withstand urban development and environmental shifts. Its mortarless granite walls continue to withstand urban development and environmental shifts. It links a technological future directly to the ultimate engineering triumphs of the feudal past. It links a technological future directly to the ultimate engineering triumphs of the feudal past. By merging sheer human muscle with structural genius, it rose to stand forever unbroken. By merging sheer human muscle with structural genius, it rose to stand forever unbroken.